All right, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to go through the actual power configuration so that you kind of understand how this system works and how it gets power. 90% of the trouble that we have is low voltage. People either run out of electricity or run out of juice in their battery. They have their solar panel in too much shade. Our solar panels are designed, the system is designed so that 2.5 hours of sunshine, direct sunshine, will keep this system charged. Now, of course, in the wintertime, your quality of sunlight is down. Summertime, it's better. So anyway, now if you start with a 12 volt group 29 battery, which is what we recommend, those batteries should easily last you a year. We have some units that make it 18 months to 2 years. We have some units that, at 10 or 11 months, the battery starts developing memory. You can check the water in them. Depends on, if they're sealed, then you can't do that. If it's a maintenance battery, then, once every 2 or 3 months, you ought to check your water and make sure you got plenty of water in your battery. Okay, so we're hooked to our battery. What we're going to deal with right now is the blue, which goes to the charge controller. Okay, so we're going to plug that up. Now, that charge controller is going to power up, and it's going to tell you the voltage that's in your battery. This one has 11.5. Now, this charge controller, besides handling electricity, it also does a couple of things. It runs tests on the circuits, and so if there's a bad connection here or a bad connection at your battery, or you have a cell going bad in your battery, it's going to sense that. Now, that test is going to run every 5 to 10 minutes kind of deal, and you'll come, and if your battery is either too low and it's shut off for low power, or you have a bad sensor, if it says there's a problem with your battery, this battery icon will actually start flashing. Okay, so right now we have 11.5 volts, and it's actually sending, there's an arrow going to the light bulb. The light bulb is the yellow. So that tells us that it's got 11.5 volts, and it's sending it to the camera. So if we test, and what we want you to do is get you a digital voltmeter. That way you can give us the information we need to help you diagnose your problem, so you're not just swapping out parts and guessing. So you'd start by, okay, we're going to see what's on the battery. Of course, that's got 11.5 volts. Okay, now we're going to check right here on the lugs, okay, under the battery icon. Same thing, we have 11.5. So we know we've got 11.5 volts in our battery and on the system. Now, check it at the light bulb icon, which is actually the camera. Same thing, you get 11.5. And then also, we want to check it at the terminals. Okay, 11.5. That tells us we have a good connection from this battery to the charge controller, and from the charge controller to where our camera actually plugs in. Now, once you've got the system powered up, these are your solar panel connectors. Okay, they're male-female kind of deal. You can't cross them up. So like I said, you just plug them together. You should hear it click. We're inside, so it's not really going to show it right now, but at that point, your solar panel will show up, and if it starts putting electricity, it will show electricity going from the solar panel to the battery, from the battery to the camera. That's what you want to see during the day. Now, at night, the solar panel icon goes away because, of course, it's not producing any electricity. So this little screen tells you what's going on with the system. Right now, we're running straight off the battery. We only have 11.5 volts. If we don't get some sunshine on this solar panel, this battery will die. Okay, it's not going to make it through the night. This system's going to shut down, and you're not going to be able to view your camera. You have a couple of choices. You can put a new battery on it, swap them out. If you're in an area where you're not getting the sunshine, a lot of folks will have 2 batteries. They'll run one. Hey, we're not getting 2.5 hours. We're only getting an hour. So that means, this system will run on this battery alone for 3 to 4 days. If you give it any sunlight, it's going to make it a week. If you give it a little more sunlight, it'll make it a month. So like I said, if you know you're not getting the sunlight you need, which is minimum 2.5 hours, then it's a good idea to either have an extra battery and you can swap them out, or you can hook them in parallel and have 2 batteries in here. All right, that's positive to positive, negative to negative. What we want to do is we want to maintain 12 volts. So before you hook all this, before you plug this back in, if you hook your batteries together, check the end of this blue terminal. If it says 24 volts, you hooked it up wrong. Some guys don't even use a solar panel. They know, hey, we can go a week to 10 days on 2 batteries. They hook 2 batteries to it. They got their pigs coming, they trap, they're gone. Okay, so now we're going to power up our camera. course, this is yellow to yellow. We're not going to worry about the gate right now because we're just going to go through powering it up. Now, on this right here, when you plug it in, plug it all the way in, make sure it's seated firm. As soon as you plug it in, you're going to see your power light come on the side of your camera. You have a power, a carrier detected, that's AT&T or Verizon if you're in the United States, and then a signal strength. Now, this unit is going to take 2 to 5 minutes to power up, find a tower, start talking to the tower, and then say, okay, the last thing that'll come on is the carrier light. Hey, we're talking to the right tower, we're dealing with the right cell phone company, we're in good shape. So we're going to let this kind of power up. We're inside, so it's going to take it another minute. Now, if you take this unit and you move it 100 miles, it's still going to come up, but it's going to take it another 2 or 3 minutes. If you're just moving it around on a 500 or 1,000 acre piece of property, it'll power up quicker because it remembers the towers that it talked to. So, like I said, if you just kind of give it a minute, you'll notice, like I said, the strength come back on, and then you're good to go. This unit will run with a single bar, okay? If you have a single bar strength and a carrier light, this unit will operate.